Here we're going to look at a certain type of application problem where they're taking the amount of fuel, I think, in an airplane, and that's related to how much it weighs, which makes sense. First off, real life, right? More gas, it's going to weigh more. And they tell you the slope is 5.8. What is the weight with 85 gallons? So notice when they give you this little graph, what they're really telling you is a point. We just got to figure out this is X and this is Y. And so we know that something that has $51 gallons of fuel will weigh 2,395.8 pounds. And so what we're looking for is, what will the weight be with 85 gallons? So we know this one point, and we want to know this other point. Well, picture the only other thing they told us here is slope. And why is slope so pertinent to this? So here's what we're trying to figure out. Put that there so I can erase it down here. So what does slope tell you? Well, slope is rise over run. So notice here our rise, our y, our up and down is weight. So it's telling us that the weight changes, and think a whole number is always over 1. So for every 1 more gallon, you get 5.8 pounds more of weight. All right, so we could individually say, like, okay, if I know 51, it adds 5.8 to go to 52, and it adds another 5.8 to go to 53, and another 5.8 to go to 54. But you might not want to add that number over and over and over again. And so instead, let's just think, well, how many more gallons is it from here to here? So that looks like an additional 34 gallons to get from 51 to 85. So what will that do here? Well, every time I add 1 gallon, it adds 5.8 pounds. So essentially, I'm adding 1 gallon 34 times. And so this is what the slope is for, is that instead of adding 5.8 34 individual times, I can say, okay, well, if I'm changing the amount of gallons by 34, I'm changing the amount of weight by 5.8 34 times, almost like we're multiplying the slope by 34 over 34. So if I change 34 gallons, put 34 more gallons in there, that way I can skip right up to this amount. So 34 times 5.8 is 197.2. And then be careful, that's not the amount of weight, that's what we're adding to this, right? We knew what it was for 51 gallons, and so now we know it's going to be 197.2 more. And so if we add that to our 2300 number, we get 2593.0 because the 0.8.2. So their picture, we answered their question. We know that 85 gallons is going to weigh 2,593 pounds. So basically, since slope is a rate of change, they're telling you how much more you have to add every single time when they tell you the slope.